Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm not really sure what I'm going to call the video at the moment due to due to one thing that I will go into first. Now I'm trying to be a bit more silent as usual because the house is quite quiet and it's quite suspicious. Not really sure what everyone's up to. They might be sleeping, they might not, I don't know. Anyways, let's crack on with the update. So it's been quite a while since I've posted an actual video. Let's have a look-sees. My channel. So the last video I posted was the problem with active speakers in a gaming setup. So I actually need to do a response to that because I've solved the issue now. But before that it was just a bunch of, well, there was my gaming setup 2 weeks and then a couple of H1Z1s. Before that it was a couple Overwatches a few months ago and whatnot. So I've not really been too active. I've put up a lot of low effort, just funny moments I thought happened, you know, in H1Z1 when we played them. I think my favourite so far is Benny Needs Help, which had the most views thanks to Delta or Shuski. What, I don't really know. People have multiple names now. It's weird. I don't know what to call them. But he posted it on Reddit. It done quite well and got 1,200 views. So thanks very much. And I would appreciate it if people could do the same because I'm not very good with Reddit. If I post stuff on Reddit, it's just terrible, and most people hate me for it. I don't really know why. I just don't know how to work Reddit, right? I don't know how to manipulate the people on Reddit to do what I want and for you and comment. But yeah, if you feel like it, just pop it on there. I don't mind. I mean, if it gets downvoted, I'm none the wiser because I don't really go actively looking for stuff. Anyways, the main thing you've noticed or probably noticed in the last couple of weeks is my name change. So I've gone through an entire rebrand of basically my online persona of who I am, and this was due to several reasons, but the most, or the primary reason, is I didn't like my old handle. I'd had it for a long time, at least 6 years, pretty much from the start of doing videos is when I started having that name. And I've now moved to JaayB, which is, yes, I know it's short for Justin Bieber, guys, but it's also short for, it's my initials, and you should all know my full name by now. It's, you know, it's not really hard to find, but it's short for my initials. The only problem is it's too short, like JB, like the actual just, you know, J and B, isn't accepted in most usernames, so I've had to extend it, and I've kind of become fond of the double A in the username. So yeah, that's sort of what I've gone with, because it's what I'm called in real life by some people. Some people just call me Jay, others call me Pickle, some call me Boy, I don't know. But JB is one of the more common ones that I've gone by in real life. And growing up and maturing as a person, I don't want these two parts of my life to be completely integrated. You know, I want them to have their separations, but I'd like them to be more, I don't know, they're both me, and I'm not hiding anything. I just don't want them to be completely merged, but I don't want them to be so far apart that, you know, they're two completely different identities. So I decided that instead of keeping Insane Acorn or iAcorn, which it was later shortened to, I would just go with a rebrand according to the new name that I liked or have always had. So it may take some getting used to. I'm hoping people will realise it's me based on the symbol, because it's still the same sort of symbol, you know, with the IA, but with the JB instead of the IA, sorry, on the Battlefield Bad Company 2 style pin. But yeah, it's still me, guys. I'm just, I don't know if the name was holding me back at all. I mean, there's some silly names out there, and for a long time now I've not liked the handle I've had. It's just not clicked with me. The only reason why I did pick it in the first place is because my old Xbox Live username was completely dumb. I was very much into music back then, and I think, what was it? What did I have? I think I actually had Zeromus, which was a character from Final Fantasy, as my handle when I had an Xbox, just a normal Xbox. I think that was my initial handle when playing Halo, and people were like, what the hell is that? And then when Xbox Live come on properly with the 360, I think I went with Fretmaster, which is a guitar thing. I can't remember, it's been so long ago, but I got tired with that because I felt it was boring and people just were like, what the fuck? Sort of like I am now with some of the usernames. I still, the best online internet handle I've seen ever, which was, I saw it like 6 years ago, or maybe more, was a guy on Gears of War called Shat in the Bassoon. Probably the best internet handle I've seen so far, but anyways, I digress. I was in university. I thought, you know, I'm going to start making videos for Bad Company 2. We'll see what happens. But I want a new name because I don't like the one I've currently got. But I didn't know what I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to have a separate identity back then. These two things, you know, I was too embarrassed to say I was doing this because it wasn't a thing at the time. So I just asked Microsoft to generate one for me. And after several attempts, it come up with Insane Acorn, which I was like, gave me a giggle. I changed it, you know, I spent my 10 quid or whatever it was on that name change, and it had been with me ever since. And, you know, until about maybe 2 years ago, I liked it, but I don't know, I just feel like it's not the right name for me now. So I've changed it. I spent a few bucks, quid, whatever you want to call it in currency, changing it on Blizzard. I don't think there's any others I've had to pay for, but now I'm like, oh, why did I change it on Battle.net? Because I initially done it to be in line with the JaayB, which was 1A, and then when I couldn't have, you know, the 1A on a certain platform, and I had to put it to 2As, and I felt that flows a lot better. I mean, it's not JaayB, it's JaayB, you know. It's, yeah. Explaining this, whatever, I had to have the 2As for one part of the internet. I can't remember which one. And then I really liked it, so I kind of kept with it. But now I'm thinking, like, oh, I should have put that on my Battle.net. Now it's just JaayB on my Battle.net because everything's all caps. But if I ever get a tenner again to change it on Battle.net, I will. It's annoying they only give you one change. With, you know, you pay a tenner for a name change and they give you one. You start off with two and then you pay for one and you have to keep paying for one more. It's annoying. I know they don't want you to do it, but it's just irritating. You know, it's a simple database name switch. It's the most simple of SQL lookups in the world. I don't know why they're like, oh, we're going to charge you for this. And it's like, no, just have your database, look up the name I have, look up the name I want, see if it's already there. If it's not, replace the name I have with the name I want. That's simple. You don't need to charge people for doing it. But yeah, it just goes to show that I don't think Battle.net has optimized databases. That's just my opinion, after working in HR administration for the last 2 years. Just going through all our own databases and stuff, you know, having everything talk to each other, and separate databases, which is annoying to say the least. But yeah, I'm with JaayB now. I am JaayB now. Yeah, I am JaayB now. That's the name. If you don't like it, then the unsub button's there. I mean, this is who I am. This is what I want. So that's what I'm going to do. How long is this commentary? 8 minutes. Wow, and I've only gone over one topic. Cool. Future of the channel. We shall see. So I did say if nothing has happened by the end of 2016 that I'll be calling it quits and moving on with my life. And it's coming to the end of 2016 and nothing's really happened, which is what I expected it to be honest. But due to other parts of my life just sort of changing, I feel like I'm going to give it another year maybe. Or just do low, I'm not entirely sure, I'll just do low effort stuff, maybe 1 or 2 high effort stuff. I'm really not sure. I'll be doing another couple videos later. I've still got self-improvement to start, but I'll go through that in a minute because my life update. So as some of you might know, I've been in a relationship for just over a year now. So yeah, it was about, you know, in total maybe a year and a half, because we were seeing each other for a bit more time. But yeah, that ended a couple of days ago, so about Tuesday, Wednesday last week. And I'm alright. I mean, I'll talk about it more another time maybe. I mean, I'm fine. It was sort of mutual maybe, we just both weren't happy. The way she went about it was completely unacceptable and unforgivable, but, you know, the end result is we both sort of get what we want, maybe. I don't know. So I have a lot more free time now, because I'm not having to make the 50-mile trip every weekend, and fucking about and just being at her whim, really. It's what it came down to. So I, you know, if I wanted to stay home a weekend, I really couldn't. If she's not feeling well, I couldn't do anything. She didn't want to do anything, I couldn't do anything. That's how it felt towards the end, and it was just very restricting. But that's over now, and yeah, moving on with life, and we'll see what happens with where this goes. Self-improvement. I would like to do a video this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'll get around to doing it. I put on 2 stone this year because relationship weight, I'm blaming it on. So we'll get back into that at some point. Definitely. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I don't know how to go about doing it. So I'll leave the update here. I mean, that's as much as I want to talk about at the moment. I think we're at about 10 minutes now. Yeah, 11 minutes. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.